Hey y'all, in today's video I'll be doing an initial review of the new Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, and this is the newest palette in the Naked series. I ordered it on the first day it was available, and so I've had it now for about 3 days. I've made a point to use it every day since I got it so that I can give you all a good initial impression of it. Now I do have swatches of every single shade on my blog, so if you're interested in seeing how it looks on skin tone, on my skin tone or a skin tone similar to mine, then click the link down below. But today what I'm just going to be talking about are the shades that I really like and who I think this palette is best suited for, just so you can know if it's something that you maybe want to add to your Christmas list or something you maybe want to pick up. You don't have to rush and get it because it's not limited edition. But yeah, I know there are some reviews out there already, but I haven't seen many for people with my coloring, so I decided to come on and show you guys. So first off, if you have not seen the palette, this year it comes in a box, which is actually very pretty. But it comes in a box. Inside they have 4 samples of the primer potions. I haven't even opened it, but it's 4 samples of the different colored primer potions. And, you know, I'm really probably not even going to use this because it comes in those little packages. Let me show you. Like little packets like that. And so I usually don't end up using things like this, but we'll see. Maybe I'll take it with me out of town or something just to use it up. So it came with that. Also, inside the palette, you got a double-sided brush, which has a fluffy brush on one side, and it's a little bit, it's not as fluffy as the one in the Naked 2 or the Naked 1 palettes. It's a little bit more flat, so it's a little different. I like that. And then of course you have the flat shader brush, synthetic brush, and I like the Urban Decay brushes, so I'm glad to get another one of these. And then inside the palette you get 12 shades. Just like all the other Naked palettes. Now, what is different about this palette from the other two is that it has more rose gold tones as opposed to the other Naked palettes. So basically, if you don't like pinky tone shadows, you're probably not going to want this palette because that's what it's full of. But I personally like that. I like that they still came out with neutrals but found a way to make it different, and I just think I think pinky tones in general, as far as eyeshadow goes, is very flattering. At least it is on my skin tone. I can't speak for everybody, but I think they're kind of universal, truthfully. So anyway, so in this palette, can't talk today. You get 3 mattes. So you get a light highlighting shade, you get a medium shade that you can use as a transition color, and then you get a little bit darker pinky nude shade as well. And then the rest are shimmers, some more shimmery than others. So really, I just want to talk about the shades that kind of stick out in this palette. So for me, there were a couple shades that I'm kind of surprised by the texture. If you're used to Urban Decay shadows, then they always have like a nice buttery, creamy feeling. And this palette is no exception. But a couple shades, when I swatch them, they just kind of crumble up. So one of those would be the shade Dust. And that's that really light pinky tone. And as you can see, it's just, I don't know, it's just not up to par on what I usually expect from Urban Decay shadows. Now, I used this shade today actually in my inner tear duct, and it didn't apply too bad, but that's definitely my least favorite shade out of the palette. It's just a little bit too frosty and too crumbly for me. Also, when I swatched Buzz, it seems crumbly on the finger when I swatch it, but when I use it, it's beautiful. So I was a little bit scared when I initially swatched this palette because of that, but the only shadow I really had a problem with was Dust, which is the first one I showed you. Other than that, all the rest of the shades perform well for me. I was watching one review of this, and somebody said that Trick, which is like the rose gold shade here, somebody said that Trick was not pigmented. So I don't know if they got a dub, but my Trick is beautiful. So I'm going to show you that one. And it's just a beautiful rose golden shade. And I think I really like this. When I wore it the other day to work, and it just is really flattering. Rose golds just tend to look really good on my eyes, so I like that shade. So to that person, it was what was her name? What Would Lizzie Do? So if you see her review, then just keep that in mind, that I'm pretty sure she got a dub, because mine is great. Other people that I've seen have been great as well. So as you can see, the first part of this palette are like lighter tones, and then the end are darker tones. The ones that, these two brown shades, Factory and Mugshot, I kind of felt like I could do without, because they are very similar to what's already in the Naked 1 and Naked 2 palettes. But they're still beautiful colors. But I think that out of this palette, these are only the main two shades that are similar to the other palettes. This black shade down here is called Blackheart. I really do like this one. I'm actually wearing it today in my outer V, and it's basically a black with like red glitter. It's so pretty, and it's something that, you know, as I'm wearing it today in a daytime look, and it doesn't look too overpowering. So that's pretty much it for this very quick review. Normally when I do reviews, I do like to make them very detailed, but I really just wanted to get this one out with my initial thoughts, because with eyeshadows, I don't need a month or two to use it to tell you how I feel about it. I can tell you right off back that I really like this palette. I think it really suits my skin tone, and I'm happy with my purchase. Now, is it a necessity? Absolutely not. It's a $52 eyeshadow palette, and that never counts as a necessity. But it is something that if you like makeup, I think it's a nice addition. So I would definitely recommend it. I think it is worth the hype. I'm not disappointed in any of the shadows except for one, and I'm still going to be able to work with that one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about it, then make sure to leave it in the comment section down below. And also, if you want to see a full set of swatches, then check out my blog post down below, because swatches just tend to show up better in photos than in video. So I decided to do it like that this time around. Anyway, guys, I thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.